Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. Today is Tuesday's Tips and Techniques, and today I'm going to show you a technique which is a build off from last week's technique. Last week we did the spritzed watercolor background. Now we are going to do the sparkled spritzed watercolor background or embossed spritzed watercolor background. Either one, but gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So we're going to do the technique. We are going to use the watercolor wash, big background, and you're going to need some rubbing alcohol. You're going to need the Stampin' Up! Spritzers, and you're going to need some re-anchors. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill the spritzer about up to here with rubbing alcohol, and then you're going to put about 15 drops of your re-anchor in, and then you want to give it a good shake to mix that all up. So I am going to use on this card, I have Wild Wasabi, Bermuda Bay, and Island Indigo. On this sample here, I use Wild Wasabi, Daffodil Delight, and Cherry Cobbler. And got this one here. Gorgeous card. So simple, so easy. You're going to love it. Okay, so we're going to start with the Wild Wasabi, and we're going to just spritz the bottom. And then we're going to do the Bermuda Bay. And then we're going to spritz on the Island Indigo at the top. So we have our three colors. Then you want to use the watercolor paper. It's thicker. It's going to hold this alcohol because it's wet longer. So we're going to lay that on there. You're going to bring in a piece of scrap paper, or use your brayer and brayer over the top, or just rub it with your hands. Get that good. And you get this. Isn't that gorgeous? Then you're going to bring in your heat tool, and you're going to heat set that. Because we use alcohol, it will dry fast. And I like to flip it over and dry it from the back as well. It seems to dry faster. And then to clean that stamp, just bring it to your kitchen sink and rinse it off. It'll come right off. If you do have a wood mount stamp like I do, you're going to get your wood is going to be stained, but a well-loved stamp is a stained stamp. If you have the clear version, it's just going to rinse off your clear block as well. So that looks pretty dry to me. We're going to use this stamp set right here. It's from the holiday catalog. I think it's Wonderland, if I'm not mistaken. And then we've got the garden green ink. And we're just going to ink up those trees. And I want to just stamp them on the side here. And ink it up again. Stamp it to the side. And we might be able to get one more little tree in there. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yep, perfect. Then you're going to come in with the iridescent ice embossing powder. And because we're doing it quite quickly after stamping, that embossing powder is going to stick to our ink. And then you are just going to heat set that. And I'm not sure if you can see on camera, but once that iridescent ice, it really starts to sparkle when it's heated and it's melted into the garden green. Very pretty. So it's taken last week's technique, the spritzed watercolor background, and just stepping it up with the embossed spritzed watercolor background. Very nice, gorgeous. Whoops. So the next thing we're going to do is take this and we're going to attach it to a piece of Island Indigo. And because we did emboss, you want to make sure that you get that adhesive all the way. An extra is good because you don't want it to curl on your card. My watercolor paper was cut 3 7/8 by 5, and the Island Indigo is 5 1/4, or 4 by 5 1/4. And then the base of our card is Wild Wasabi, cut 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and fold that in half. Now before I attach this, I want to take another piece of our watercolor paper and the Silent Night, and I want the Island Indigo ink. And I'm going to just stamp Silent Night on here. And then I'm going to come in with the hexagon, punch that out. And then I'm just going to sponge around the edge with our Island Indigo ink. And now I'm going to go ahead and attach that in the upper left-hand corner up here. And then I'm going to take our handheld punch and punch, and then the little mini brad. And our card is done. We just need to attach it to our card front. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I wish you could see how sparkly and pretty this is. Super easy technique, but gives you really a wow look. Not sure. Yeah, you can pick up the sparkle a little bit. But that is your Tuesday tips and technique for this week. Give it a try. This sparkled, spritzed watercolor background, or embossed spritzed watercolor background. Love it. Thanks for stopping by.